Teatronas.
Hello and welcome to the CIRKULIACIJA' podcast. This year we decided that we cannot do the physical festival since we need people to breathe the same air and squeeze and communicate. But we decided to keep the communication part in some ways. And each day you will see another podcast and a talk with another personality that should have come this year to CIRKULIACIJA', but will come hopefully next year. Today we are speaking with a wonderful person, and the person that I've met also only online yet, Stacey Sachs. Hi, Stacey.
Hello, Gildas. Do I even pronounce your name right? I don't even know.
Yes, it's Gildas. How are you in this crazy quarantine times?
Well, to be honest, I'm living in Stockholm, so as you might already know,
so it's
our
not really
times
a
aren't as
quarantine.
crazy as most other places in the world, yeah. But it has a different kind of craziness that I'm really trying to navigate because, you know, although the streets are full of people walking, the parks are packed, everything, like you can't go to an eco supermarket without brushing up against people. There's a very weird, lax a sense in which people don't seem to care. And yet on another level, things are much quieter than ever before. So it's a very strange kind of mix. And I do think that it's about ages. Certain ages don't seem to feel personally responsible or that they're going to be affected. So
But how does it work when, you know, you don't have strict rules? It's recommendation and hoping that people will be responsible. And I think it has a lot to do with we're depending on the culture of people and the awareness of people. So
yes.
How does that work in practice? Does it work?
Well, not from my embodied experience, it doesn't work. But by the same token, I mean, if you look at the death rate, people are saying numbers aren't anything to go by and everything. It does seem exponentially high. But of course, people are saying, yes, it's because we're following, you know, the herd mentality kind of way. But and also it's so deeply connected to old age homes and spreading like wildfire. They say every second old age home is filled with it. So it's a difficult situation. I think there's something about the government appealing to people's goodwill, and you know, I think it ties very strongly into the sense of Swedish exceptionalism, that we are somehow exceptional. Or I say we, I include myself in Swedishness, though I'm completely outside of it. That's another strange story. But I do think that some people have stopped going to work altogether and only working from home. And luckily, we're existing in a society where that can work. And on another level, people are unwilling to give up their privilege of leading a so-called free life.
Yeah, because here we have this interesting reaction to strict actually prohibitions where you can actually get a fine and police will chase you and people are still, this is my freedom. I have to walk, I have to communicate. So it brings me a lot of questions, you know, about what is a country, you know, and how do you control free people? Those really strange questions. And how do you, you know, and I think it's quite brave to just hope that people will be responsible. But then again, it brings up some ideas that should you really trust them?
Well, it's interesting as well, because thinking of South Africa, which is where so many of my community are based at the moment. I mean, so much of my life I've lived there as well as in Zimbabwe. And I'm thinking of South Africa with such strict lockdown measures. And not only that, they have restricted, in fact, it is illegal to buy alcohol or cigarettes in South Africa now. And it has caused a huge uproar. I mean, what it's done as well is it's basically encouraged a very flourishing black market in cigarettes and homebrewed alcohol. And in fact, there have been people who've died from their own strange mixtures of homebrewed alcohol. So not to mention the fact that there have been beatings and murders by police of people in public space for that very same reason, you know. So it's like it's a strange question as to how and when does lockdown become a measure for implementing draconian laws, which in the South African perspective is clearly connecting to apartheid and the kinds of state mechanized apparatuses that prevented people from feeling free. By the same token, I think that there's a huge impetus on behalf of people to feel responsible for the other and for the health of the other. And I think people are also, it's really polarized, the perspective of like, stop controlling our bodies by telling us what we can put into it. And yet you look at the fact that as a result of the restrictions on alcohol, there have been massive reductions, like 60% or something of ICU cases it's dropped by 60% because of the lack of car accidents due to alcohol or domestic violence and other things. Of course, it's also exacerbated questions of domestic violence. And then you also look at how well does lockdown work in a situation where it just reinforces the privileges that have historically been maintained.
Wow, it got interesting so fast.
Sorry. And I'm no expert in any of it, you understand?
Yeah, but
I'm a given know nothing.
It's always such a pleasure to talk to you. I get so inspired when I talk to you. So thank you for that.
That's kind to say.
Did it affect your plans, this lockdown? Did you had to cancel stuff?
Well, no, because, as you probably know, I've just finished my PhD. So I've really been investing so much time and energy in getting to the end of this massive process and realizing that the work only just begins right now. I mean, it's such a sense of responsibility that comes with getting to this point, I feel. Yeah. And it just reaffirms for me how little I know in the grand scheme of everything. So, it hasn't affected me because I've just been alone most of the time. And I've been so fortunate in that I received the amazing gift of an apartment for a while by myself, because normally I'm living with people, and this has really allowed me to kind of hone in on my work and on my problems and my insecurities and all the rest of it at the same time. But I've really been isolated, and I've been in a kind of self-isolation because, of course, as you know, the society outside doesn't require it, but I've been doing it in moments. I've also had I've also been very irresponsible in terms of organizing gatherings of like 10 people, for example, to celebrate the end of my PhD. And we had an amazing dinner party, but it was so not socially distanced. So I'm guilty as well.
And now the whole world will know that.
Yes. Well, not much different than if I were to get into a bus in Stockholm at the moment, where people are not keeping more than this much, some places, distance between.
But do they wear masks?
No. It's really unusual to see people with masks. Okay. There's no recommendation for it. If in fact, just the opposite, that people are saying masks are only worn for the other. They're not worn to prevent me from getting. It's in case I'm a carrier without realizing I'm a carrier, But no, there's no. You don't have to wear masks or gloves or anything.
Super interesting. Okay, let's talk about the stressful part of your life. How did the old PhD thingy went for you?
That's ongoing. I don't think. I'm not out of it yet. And for a project which so much digs around shame, actually, and I try to see it in a productive way, but very much I landed very deeply back in my own sense of shame as well. And for a project that's attempting to get out of the Ouroboros of whiteness and the kind of the fact of privilege eating itself, and then getting caught in the fact of placing that very privilege center stage through looking at it. And, so the shame is ongoing, which is good. But I think I only begin to understand what I did there. And it's a process of discovery, just as the very process of making the PhD. And it wasn't making, it was very much based in praxis.
Wow. So let's, not everybody knows you. So let's get back to
Absolutely
the,
not.
to the beginning. So you are, correct me if I'm wrong, you are basically, the discipline is a clown, right?
Actually, I'm based in the acting department.
Acting department.
Yeah. So I am a professional actor, and I have been for, since I graduated, maybe in 97. Ooh, am I giving away my age? So the thing is that I'm based in the acting department, but clowning is a method and a tool and a way of being in the world that I draw from throughout the research.
Mm-hmm.
So my research has been based in the acting department, but I'm definitely using clowning as an exploration.
So then, okay, so many subjects now.
Sorry, and it's only just begun. It gets broader and broader and wider until eventually it eats itself and it becomes nothing.
That's basically the description of a PhD program.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
I know that since I'm living with a PhD student, I've married a PhD student. I know the trauma, of going through that process.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
how
there's
do
a
you-
reason
how do
they
you-
say a third of PhD candidates end up with some mental illness of some kind. I mean, I do understand why.
Yes, I can. But how do you, in all this pressure and even the illusion of, how do you grasp to meaning? How do, like, all this has meaning, all this has a purpose?
Well, that's the big imposter syndrome, right? The fact that you go, really? Does this have a meaning? What meaning does this have? Why should it have meaning? Why should this be of any interest to anybody else besides myself, And
Yeah.
even then, what is it I'm interested again? It's like going through, it's almost too long. Like you get given too long to go through so many different cycles, which is why for me, the project had to keep on moving. It was like, in as much as my particular project is about staying. So I would say 2 handy Swedish phrases to help you navigate my particular research would be gräv där du står, which means to dig where you stand, and bajsa på egen bakgård, which means to shit in your own backyard. So if I can use these these kind of 2 phrases as ways to help you navigate your way through my research, I can say, okay, this research was a way for me to say how, well, first it starts with this question of what bodies am I entitled to inhabit as an actor, as a performer? So it's really digging into questions around the politics of representation. And of course, it starts with your very boring kind of issues of identity politics. And then I kind of transformed my interest in identity politics into, I'm far more interested in what a politics of identity means as opposed to identity politics. And yeah, so that it becomes something else. And then if I'm injecting this question of not knowing into the equation, so I'm using uncertainty, improvisation, the opening up for the all of the sudden to appear, and then to allow yourself to be transformed by the appearance of that which you do not know.
Amazing. And I think we could say that your artistic research and the things that you create or research artistically are highly connected to your personal story. It's like, yes, there's no distinction between Stacey Sachs and her creation. Like, yes, they're all things that create. So since I know that, could you share the story of your, let's say, heritage or background, since it has some sort of connections to Lithuania?
Yes, exactly. Well, I can say that I use radical subjectivity in a very almost pedantic way, perhaps, or in a way that insists on the particularity and the situatedness of my partial history. And so in staking a claim for that, I'm arguing for this situatedness as being so necessary, such a necessary part of the investigation. So for me, I was born and I grew up in Zimbabwe. So I placed very much myself in a minority inside of a minority, because I was born into and grew up in a very distinctly narrow Jewish community in Zimbabwe. So not only am I a white African, but I'm a Jewish white African. So it places me in a very distinct category that I get born into. So I grew up with no narrative around my historical background. My grandparents, I barely knew. I only knew my grandmother, in fact, of any of my original grandparents. Just my grandmother on my mother's side, who was from Poland. She and her husband came from Poland to southern Rhodesia at the time. And she never spoke about the old country. They were definitely placed in Warsaw. And she never spoke about it. I knew nothing. My mother knew very little about their stories. And then in fact, when I came to Sweden and I arrived here because of love, I was brought here as a result of my partnership. And then I got into this master's degree with Clowns Without Borders, which is where my creative and professional life really turned more towards clowning. That was in 2011. I did a master's called A Year of Physical Comedy here in Stockholm. But it was only after that year that I started to really place myself in the geopolitics of my own familial history and knowledge, and suddenly went, oh my God, it's like I almost feel I've been called back to the north. And I look opposite Stockholm and there's Lithuania, you know? And I hadn't really contemplated my Lithuanian heritage at all, because there was nobody left to ask about. My father had no history. All he had was almost like the scroll. I want to say it was almost like a scroll, because it was a scroll that was his family's genealogy that had been researched by a cousin of his, and that he'd just received as this long scroll of A4 pages that had been stuck together. And I received this after my father's death, which was the very year I began my PhD. And I started looking deeper into this family genealogy and suddenly realized, oh my God, I'm only a third generation African on my father's side, you know. In fact, yeah, third generation African, and I'm only a second generation African on my mother's side. So I really started to sense that there's a lot I need to dig into here, and especially if I'm looking at my situatedness as a white African, I have to somehow have a conversation with my ancestry about how and where, and the fact that we kind of left Europe, Northern Europe, Poland and Lithuania as refugees, and arrived in Southern Africa and immediately catapulted into being in the position of masters based on the color of their skin. But yet somehow finding so really looking at this trajectory of oppressiveness and domination, you know, and seeing and feeling how that is so deeply connected to my own family's trajectory that I had to go into it somehow.
So I think the dynamics here, which the whole story sounds like a movie, but I think the dynamics here are
everybody's movie though. Everybody's family comes from somewhere, right? Eventually.
Yeah, but your grandparents or grandparents were in Cholet?
So my great grandparents on my dad's side. So I found out they were from Cholet, and I went there.
And so you've already been to Cholet, right?
I have, yes.
And how was it? How do you go to somewhere where you know mentally that your family were, and you just have a space? What happens with, how do you try to
That was part of the research. Yes, that was exactly the research. I really wanted to put my body in that space and to sense what would happen, what would feel. And I brought a mask that I was working with, and I have been working throughout my position, throughout my research. In 2016, I had 2 masks that I say they came to me. I went to them. We met somehow halfway. And one of them is Stanley Guldwasser, Stanley Goldwater. Goldwater you could also see as piss, as taking the piss, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he is what I contemplate as a third opponent to my very own research. So he takes the piss out of my own research, so it draws attention to this tautology. But Stanley Guldwasser is in a way a materialization of my own historical background. So he's this kind of Eastern European, but very broadly Eastern European. He's very, you know, he's got a Yiddish kind of quality about him. He is, in a way, like a great, great uncle I never had, you know?
Yeah.
And I took him to Šaulė, I took him to Poland, I took him to Treblinka, I took him to various sites of both trauma and cemeteries, to actual graveyards where I knew my ancestry had their roots in, you know. And in Šaulė particularly, I took him into the Jewish graveyard there, which was absolutely decimated. It was not, I think there were 1.5 gravestones left, and the whole area had been really decimated. There was broken glass everywhere. People had used building foam on trees. I mean, it was really vandalized and clearly not cared for. And it really affected me so deeply, actually, in a weird way. But my feeling in Šaulė was that it was remarkably familiar. I can't explain it. There was something about the colors, the light, the smell, the earth. I just felt, I was like, there's some parts of Zimbabwe that this reminds me of in a weird way. But yet they so oh my God, I don't even know how to begin to explain this. I have made a film about this. You can watch it as part of my research. It's called Stanley's Ghetto Tour, and it's available with all my stuff. But I mean, I'm still processing the resonances of what it meant to place myself on those sites of trauma, being both collective and individual historic memory, you know, tapping into both.
But that's quite super interesting, since the festival we wanted to do is in Vilijampolė, in which we are now at the moment. And while I lived there, I knew nothing about the local history. And the situation you mentioned about the Jewish cemeteries, it's quite a challenging subject here in Lithuania, since there's not much care taken towards it. Especially, you can see that in contrast, since Lithuania has this deep tradition of taking care of cemeteries. Like, death is super, super important here. And each year you clean all the graveyards, you put candles, you put flowers, everything is neat. And then again, you see the Jewish cemetery, which is like, sort of not our business, we're not cleaning that. Then you understand how challenged and difficult and complex is our relationship to the history and to all that. But then again, we are talking now virtually, when physically we should have done an actual circus festival where a ghetto was, you know. Exactly. So then there is what you said, how do you bring a mask, let's say, to a graveyard? How do you bring an art form which is primarily perceived as entertainment, you know, and try to forget. And when I talk to artists, that it will be challenging, it will be difficult, it has a history. Everybody was like moved and thought not about how they will disrespect, but how the local context could fill meaning to what they're doing, because the art is about human relationship, it's about life, and the subject of the festival is private zone. You know, what is private, which is in Vilijampolė, is, you know, getting a new definition, because there are Jewish houses that were left. People got these houses, living in these houses, which are not really theirs. There are basements in which people hid Jewish people. Like, we have lots of stories and context to touch with. But how do you think actual geographical space that has its own history, are we entitled, let's say, to make a circus festival? Can we do, like, trying to continue life with acknowledgement of what has happened here? Or what's the, you know, the borders of sacredness?
Well, I think these kinds of borders are so porous. I do believe that there's a porosity, right? There's a movement between. And there has to be, I mean, this question of sacredness, what, from my perspective, what better tool besides clowning to use to approach sacredness? I mean, clowning is in its very history a sacred art form. It's renowned, looking back through centuries, of the way in which clowning has been used to speak truth to power.
Yes.
If you talk about the jester, the trickster, all these kinds of questions, but to bring it more specifically to the question of bringing the mask into the cemetery, for example, into these sacred spaces, in a way there needs to be the mask to be able to touch the pain. It's almost too much to face without. For me.
Yeah.
For me, there's a space between my face and the mask that burns. And there's also that space between my face and the mask that heals, that provides. So it's both a pain and it's a balm. So somehow sitting on this tightrope of incongruity and is where the sitting with the discomfort comes in, because it is a horrible conversation that needs to be had. Now, I really, excuse my language, fucked up the, I messed up a quote by James Baldwin at the end of my PhD, which is just so horribly ironic in a very bad sense, that in a project about whiteness, I got a quote by a very famous Black writer kind of wrong. So if in many ways it is like, it's like the trickster had the last joke on me, you know. But this question that James Baldwin raises, which is not that not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed unless it is faced. And for me, the clown allows or clowning, that state of openness, curiosity, the willingness to trip, the willingness to fail, the acknowledgement of the already always mistake that is the very nature of the failure being a success, you know, allows me certainly to approach it. And when I say clowning in the field, like I really explored this notion of clown alone, which already is a field worthy of research, I think, in the world of clowning, because clowning is always already relational, right?
Yeah.
Clowns very rarely exist in and of themselves. So to put the clown in an environment where there are no people, for me, it destabilized the notion of what performance means, who is performance for, what is performance in and of itself. It raises lots of questions. And sorry, I'm now getting sidelined, but I think this question of using the clown in those sacred spaces is the only option for me, for kind of ethical accountability towards this exploration.
But, and it's quite interesting because we talked earlier with John Paul Zaccarini. We talked about, I asked him, since I work a lot with teenagers in the theater field, and I see their struggle to be a decent human being, like how to learn to be not racist, not sexist, like how do I, you know, not change my behavior if I see a person of color, you know, because you have this, oh, he's a person of color, I have to be not racist. So it's already racist.
Yes.
But, and he said a wonderful notion of people want a guidebook, but I'm not giving a guidebook. Just, and if you're feeling awkward a bit, so just, this is how people of color felt like for a very long time.
Centuries, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, let's say with history, what people are trying to avoid is this sense of awkwardness, and what the festival might have, you know, bringing up, like we are doing circus in a place, and we are trying, it's like the plan was to have guided tours about the history, and then you watch a show to create new meanings, like totally. But then, you know, but you have to acknowledge that stuff happened. You cannot just do not use circus as a mean of forgetfulness, you know, like drinking.
No, it's a means of confrontation. It's a means of entering the conversation.
We can talk with you like forever. I love
Yeah,
it.
well, tongues are very important in my research. I've been sculpting tongues and molding tongues and really questioning this idea of what it means to enter the conversation in a way that is both about licking wounds, in a way of, it's almost, I'm keeping the wound alive by licking it, you know, and that's not ideal, but it somehow needs to be emptied of its pus, you know, somehow, like it somehow needs to be cleaned. You know, we can't just pretend the colonial wound doesn't exist. I think in this case of Lithuania, and where 95% of the Jewish population was murdered by the end of the war, it is, and I witnessed it and I experienced it there. Just to go back to the cemetery experience, I then went to the tourist depot, like where the information desk of the tourism office in Chalet. And I said to the guy sitting there, what is happening with the cemetery? Who looks after it? Can I speak to somebody about that? There must be some kind of board or some kind of people who are responsible for it. And I said, it's terrible. This place is desecrated. It's so painful to witness. And the guy looks at me and he shrugs his shoulders and he goes, it is what it is. And I was shocked. I was like, because I got slapped in the face by the utter indifference and by the sense of, someone will take care of it in the spring, he said to me. It'll be clean, someone will do it. And I just looked at him and I thought, wow, this is really my immediate confrontation with the Lithuanian indifference towards this issue. And it was such an obvious, because, you know, for me, being in that cemetery, it's another whole story of what happened to me in that space, and the sense of, there's a writer called Madina Klostanova who writes beautifully about other artists who have been performing in and with cemeteries. And she speaks about how those other artists had this experience of feeling their own selves, their own roots, their feet as being able to touch the roots of their ancestors inside of that space. And that's the only way I can actually refer to it. And it sounds very metaphysical, and it sounds very, my experience there was unlike anything I've ever had. And I could say it both broke me and it created the space for a whole lot of new experience to shine in. So, you know, it's like the Leonard Cohen, and the crack is where the light gets in, you know. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's a collective and global crack that needs more digging into and looking into.
Yeah, and I am still shocked by how, but is it somehow connected? Because now I think what you said about your family, and that you didn't really know the history and you didn't even really talk about it. And I remember my family, which only due to some assignment I got as a theater director, I started to dig in because we were not sharing stories. And I think the same thing here happened, which I said before, the huge paradox is that the world after the Holocaust tried to make its own conclusion, equal rights, no hierarchy. And in between the wars, Kaunas was like multicultural city. Now it's the most mono-ethnical city in the Baltics. And now somehow, maybe due to that we are not sharing stories, you can feel the consequence. Like people in Chalet, you know, they don't care. And when you go to Berlin and you see the numbers, when you hear the stories, and actually when I lived in Viljandpolė, I didn't know the story until an art piece was happening there, which made me understand what, like, or maybe start to dig in. But in recent years, it became some sort of really, really bad, and I'm sorry, Lithuanian cultural field, but there started a really bad tradition of romanticizing the genocide, the Holocaust, like creating stories about the Holocaust in theater with no Jewish people around, just, you know, white Lithuanian people creating a show and it brings people to tears. That means it sells. And when I talk to colleagues that are acting in that show,
does it do that through appealing to a global kind of a communal guilt, or?
I really, really think, and I'm sorry, Lithuania, but I really think they do it just for the drama. Because I speak to my colleagues who acting in that show, I hear no ways of confronting the neglectance of the subject. I hear only that it is a show about killing Jews. Yes, Lithuanian did it. The Nazis did it. It's a sad story. It sells like it's always sold out. And I don't see hello, but where's the mission? Why are you capitalizing on like massive tragedy and trauma? And
yeah, because what happens after the acknowledgement?
Yeah.
What happens after the apology? How does a redistribution of the senses and power and actually happen in reality? It's very complicated.
And it's quite absurd. In one show that I did, I took like historical facts and those days, what happened, it was all about violence, but the more real it was, the more absurd it sounded, like the Nazi Dingspiel, which is absurd. And people thought that I was just, smoking pot and thinking, oh, there's the crazy stuff. No, it's actual historical stuff.
Yeah,
but
which we're seeing reproduced right now as well, where reality becomes more absurd than any absurdity could ever fathom. Yes. And then what happens to parody in that moment? How do you parody a parody?
Yeah.
You're just constantly cancelling yourself out, or you're reinforcing the neoliberal ideology where transgression and subversion are so subsumed by neoliberal mentality. So it's like, so what is the new subversive if subversive is so much about neoliberal perspective,
But also what I wanted to say, the absurdity, what you mentioned, the apology, because I took in that year, we just did it like we showed it after we showed the show that where a guy just feels entitled to a woman's body. I can do with it what I want, on so many different levels. And then the woman just says facts. In that year, these people said sorry. The president said sorry. But it's like the history of bullying in school. You don't just bully and then say sorry and then magically, So, and we see, if a president says, I'm sorry, it doesn't go into our veins and to DNA, the acknowledgement of this was horrible. Let's never do that again. And this happens in Cholet, this happens here, and this happens to, as I said, each article about a minority, I have the fetish of going to the comment section and read the hate when you give, and people often mix the freedom of speech with freedom to hate,
Yes, of course. That's always the very fine line that you run the risk of crossing when you go, oh, appropriation is anybody's game.
And then, it affects culture and art so much. And it's really hard to speak to colleagues that even, about other like LGBTQ issues, where you have white heterosexual women playing trans people and getting awards and money. And it seems that when you try to speak about that, it's a bit too early. We don't have trans actors, so we're just getting a lot of awards and money from it. But then, I wanted to speak to you about, let's try to hop in legitimate, how to make an opinion legit, because your mask is of a white old male, and I talked with John Paul about him always confronting the stereotype, because I said, you are definitely not a stereotype of a professor, because usually a professor is an old white male who is not interested in other stuff than himself. And, and he said, he's always like trying to change and socially performing something just to make people think. So you, as a PhD candidate, as a clown, as an actress, as an amazing person, why do you chose a white male to speak about subjects?
Well, it's a very fine line that I walk, and I'm very aware of the fine line that I do walk, but I am a bit into agential kind of discussions around the agency of objects. And I do take a bit of a post-humanist perspective on all of this. And I would go so far as to say, in my experience, and of course this is always debatable and it will rage on, the discussion. There is no doubt about it. But as somebody speaking from within the praxis, from inside of the body as a performer, working only for the purposes of this PhD with masks, because I was never officially working with masks beforehand. I did work with the clown nose beforehand, but not half masks particularly. I can say that there's something about the agency that the mask itself has, and that the less the body does, or the less the performer does, the more you give space for the mask itself to speak. Okay, so speaking from within my own body in relation to my work as a performer of masks, or as a vehicle or body or vessel through which the mask can talk. Mm-hmm. Okay. So firstly, I can say that the way the mask evolves, the context in which it evolves is very important. I did not choose for Stanley G to become the spokesperson of my project, and he certainly isn't. There are other characters who are, in a way, far more controversial, who have come up to the fore, particularly Granny, who is another very controversial character that emerged as a result of my playing. But originally I had hoped that Stanley would be a parody of the traditional Judeo-Christian God. So my envision, when I started, I in fact entered into an economic exchange with a Balinese dance teacher and mask maker, where I was in Bali studying shadow puppetry. Mm-hmm. And making shadow puppets under the tutelage of an incredible shadow maker master. And through that, I was also studying Balinese dance, specifically the male protagonist, the topeng. And I was doing that with this amazing man, Pagusto, who then became the mask maker of this traditional, this mask that I wanted to make as a parody of God. The traditional notion of God as this white man with the white hair and the white beard. And then in the process, but I only wanted it to be a half mask, and it turned into a T mask. So it kind of comes like this. It goes around my eyes, and it's here and here. So you get my eyes very strongly, and you get my mouth. But the rest is wood and goat and tree. Like the hair is made from tree as well. But the thing is, when I put the mask on, it was totally not what I imagined. What came out was not what I'd hoped for. It was part of the process of learning to be open to that which presents itself. So, which goes back again to the philosophy of improvisation, which is the bedrock of my entire project, or questioning philosophies of improvisation. Mm-hmm. It goes so deep and wide. Sorry, this was a 5-year, experiment. So it's hard to kind of isolate it.
It is super interesting to.
But this question of the white man, I would say, Stanley is a very self-effacing white man. He is very hyper-conscious of all the double binds in which he finds himself. He's very aware of the fact that he's stuck in Logos, whilst at the same time reproducing the logocentric, ethnocentric, white male stereotype. Mm-hmm. So it's like he's caught in the stereotype, absolutely aware of the way he's clutched by the very system he's attempting to escape, which also reveals my very feeling of I'm inside of whiteness, caught by its clutches, inside of a neoliberal, predominantly white university, inside of Stockholm, which is a very, of course, Stockholm as its demographic has shifted completely in the last 5 years, as I'm sure Lithuanians will also shift in the next 5 years, perhaps. But so we're constantly in these, we can never say anything is static, obviously. But this question of being caught in the clutches of whiteness, it continued right to the end of my project, and still that was one of the hugest criticisms that the project receives, of course. And I'm very aware of it. So it's like, oh my God, I'm caught in this fucking Ouroboros of
yeah,
privilege.
but it's super interesting since you've mentioned this term or this phenomena of being born into a body, but also into some sort of identity, which I think the more we develop as humanity, the more absurd it becomes, because people are, first of all, not sharing the stories. Second, there is no such thing as, you know, clean bred person, like who has
there's
only...
no such thing as purity. Yes.
And how do you... But then again, we have so many constructs of stereotypes, and if you are born a woman, then you're that. Even if you're born a blonde woman, that's a totally different stereotype. But then again, I understand the awkwardness, but how do you, especially as a performer, how should a person or a young person develop? Like, because since if you do, let's say, a step towards, let's say, being honest with yourself, yeah, then you change the construct around you. Maybe then you become a feminist. Maybe then you become a, I don't know, a radical. Then again, you have to, you know, fight new stereotypes. So is there, because I see that you have a lot of struggles and stress while doing PhD, but do you think identity is some sort of constant fight, or is there a happy ending?
Yeah. I think there is only an entering.
And
I think we can only enter the conversation, and the entering can only happen by developing new ways of listening, new ways of being with. And we can only enter new ways of being with if we are allowing ourselves a malleability of being, a porosity, an ability to be impressed upon, as opposed to impressing upon. So, yeah. I mean, and if we take the colonial logic as one which enforces classification, understanding, modernity, kind of the logic of modernity, you know, and if we look at what would a decolonial aesthesis look like, what would a decolonial sensation be? These are the questions that I'm interested in. And of course, you cannot escape that which you are. You cannot escape the body you were born into. I think the fact, though, that race and the notion of race, which we know is a completely absurd notion, race is absurd because, you know, and it's been proven that way by biology, by DNA, by research in genetics, everything. It's 100% proven to be a construct, yet it still manages to operate in such a powerful way in our world, and the deconstruction of the dismantling of the inequalities that are so rampant in our world cannot be dismantled until we really come to grips with the complexities of why race continues to hold such power. Mm-hmm. So we have to enter the conversation. We have to just enter. Why is it that in South Africa, for example, or in America right now, for example, during Corona, if we bring the whole conversation back, how people of color are so disproportionately affected in not only America, but certainly in the South African context as well. And I mean, this question is so ongoing. I mean, how is it that a Black man in America cannot go for a jog without being murdered? And I mean, it's the fact that this is happening in this time, in this day and age, the fact of the uprising of the extreme right. I mean, just a couple of days ago in Hungary, they also rolled back rights of trans people. I saw this just literally, I mean, I could go into my, but I can send you an article about how the rights of trans people in Hungary has been rolled back just a few days ago, where they've made some kind of declaration that a person's sex is determined on biological, the fact of their biological assignment at the time of birth.
Wow.
this has just happened in the last week, I think, in Hungary, that they've rolled back the rights of transgendered people.
Yeah, I should have used the word develop as a humanity more. It doesn't mean develop, it's changing. Okay, we have to go towards the end. Yeah.
But I think it's just so amazing. I just want to say that you're placing circus inside of this questioning, and especially in your particular situation in Kaunas, where you're inside of the Jewish ghetto, really kind of trying to stir the questions of what it means to reckon with one's own history.
Yeah, it's a difficult question. And also I have to mention where we are. Yes, completely. We are not in my home. We are in the museum of Juozas Gruodis, the father of Lithuanian composers, actually. And what I want, each time I say another random fact about him, but actually his wife was, I don't know how do you call it, she's helping to give birth. How do you call this profession?
Doula, like
yes.
Yes.
And she wrote, actually there is in another room, there is a novel, no, a small short story about, which was one of the first feminist stories about violence against women, domestic violence against pregnant women, which today is like, but as a final notion, do you think that in constant identity and history and privilege and all that, do you think that sharing stories, just telling the stories, is a good step towards understanding or towards becoming a decent human being? Or should we like...
You know, at the risk, no, of course not. I mean, at the risk, because, you know, of course, post-drama, this notion of the post-dramatic theatre is so expected these days that almost saying that going back to storytelling is quite controversial, and it harks back to this weird kind of nostalgic element of like, oh, let's go back to Walter Benjamin and the storyteller. But to be honest, yeah, from my perspective, let's go back there, because that's where it all begins, and that's where the listening comes in, and that's where reckoning with one's privilege is partially about shutting up.
Yeah, and also let's do it. Yeah, I think that sharing stories, but yeah, listening and like, and just ask, are you entitled to tell this story, you know?
Yes, and looking inside. I mean, for me, that's been the whole point of this whole excavation, even if in the end I end up reinforcing the whole canon as opposed to dismantling it, and that's always going to be negotiable, and we can talk about it, of course. But I can always say that from my perspective, as somebody who has been both the surgeon and the patient of this excavation, I can only say that from my perspective, I've come out of it all a much softer being, maybe more sensitive, in not always the best sense, in the sense of anxiety being always under the surface. But what would this research have been if it did not bring the anxiety to the surface? Because that's where the pain, the Schmerzpunkt is, that needs to be looked at, dealt and faced communally. And now I begin to open up more for the discussion.
I am so intrigued, and I will do my best to bring you next year. Even if it takes you have to come to this festival and physically, and we have to hug and we have to breathe the same air. We have to talk about this.
Thank you. I really look forward to that. Yeah.
It was super lovely to talk to you. And now I will just say to the people that are watching us that if you are interested, and I don't know how can you not be interested, just follow CIRKULIACIJA' on different social medias, and every day we post another amazing person, an amazing talk with the people that should have come and will come to CIRKULIACIJA'. Thank you, Stacey. You are absolutely amazing.
You too. I love this discussion. Thanks, Mildas.
So let's continue that alive. Yeah,
for sure. Looking forward to it.
Okay, super. Bye, Stacey.
Bye.
Teatronas, Tronas.